So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Davis is really upset after hearing that Floyd Mayweather might have visited Lamont Roach's training camp before their rematch. He feels like it's a betrayal from someone who used to be his mentor. Tank Davis has said it's actually better to have problems with Mayweather than to be friends with him, because being close to Floyd brings trouble. He also mentioned that Floyd has done things to him that no one else knows about. Even though Davis didn't share details, it sounds like Mayweather's influence hurt him both personally and professionally. Davis has said before that his relationship with Floyd was not as good as it looked in public. He agrees that Floyd has already achieved everything in boxing, but now Davis wants to focus on himself. He believes that staying away from Mayweather helps him think clearly and stay focused on his own goals. With his rematch against Lamont Roach coming up, Davis is focused on his future and wants to move on without being in Mayweather's shadow.
Frank, that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Davis talked about his relationship with Floyd Mayweather and said that now he's only focused on his own boxing career. When people asked if Floyd was still involved or supporting him, Davis said Mayweather has always been the same and has already done everything he needed to in boxing. Davis even said that if he were in Floyd's place with the same success, he might act the same way. He doesn't seem angry or bitter. Instead, he understands that Floyd has stepped back from helping other fighters. Some people might think Mayweather doesn't care anymore, but Davis doesn't take it personally. He knows Floyd has already made his mark and is now enjoying his success. Rather than thinking about the past or his connection with Mayweather, Davis is focused on building his own future. He wants to create his own legacy and stay at the top through his own hard work and discipline. With the rematch against Lamont Roach coming up, Davis is fully locked in on winning and proving himself. He's not looking for help or approval from anyone else. He just wants to show the world that he belongs with the best in boxing.
Crew or something, or no?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type of shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been giving advice to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, which has surprised many in the boxing world. Mayweather, known for his skills and experience, often talks about helping young fighters improve, especially with their jabs and technique. He says he wants to guide future stars who can lead the sport. But his support for Roach has caused tension, especially with Tank Davis. Tank was mentored by Mayweather from the start of his career and looked up to him for guidance and success. Now, seeing Floyd help his opponent makes Tank feel betrayed. For Tank, it's not just about boxing tips, it's about loyalty and trust. He sees Floyd's move as crossing to the other side. This isn't the first time it's happened either. Mayweather once helped Frank Martin, too, but later stepped back, showing that he does what's best for himself, not always staying loyal to one fighter. As Tank gets ready for his rematch with Roach, he knows he needs to put those emotions aside and stay focused. Whether Mayweather supports him or not, Tank is determined to prove himself in the ring and build his own legacy.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even really a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Lamont Roach for his impressive skills and strength, calling him a true contender in the sport. Jones highlighted how Roach can adapt in the ring, saying that his solid basics and smart boxing IQ make him a tough opponent. Many people doubted Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, but his performance showed that he deserves to be at the top level of boxing. Jones pointed out that Roach's ability to handle tough situations sets him apart. He's always improving with each fight, and his footwork, defense, and counter-punching skills make him a complete fighter who can change his strategy based on his opponent. Roach isn't just tough, he's also technically skilled. Another thing Jones mentioned is Roach's punching power. While he might not have the same knockout reputation as Davis, Roach has proven that he can hurt opponents with precise shots. His ability to land clean, effective punches makes him a serious threat, especially in long fights where his accuracy and stamina come into play. Jones also praised Roach's discipline and work ethic outside the ring, saying that his dedication to training is what helps him perform consistently. Unlike some fighters who rely only on natural talent, Roach's success comes from a mix of skill, hard work, and mental toughness. With his growing confidence and improved skills, Jones believes Roach will continue to be a major force in boxing, whether he's facing Davis again or another top contender. Roach has shown that he's ready for any challenge ahead.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach. Because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always here. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Lamont. Roach has made it clear that while his main goal in every fight is to win, his ultimate aim is to knock out his opponent. For Roach, stepping into the ring isn't just about getting the win, it's about making a statement. He's dedicated countless hours to perfecting his craft, training day and night. If he manages to knock out Gervonta Davis, it would be a career-defining moment and prove his relentless work ethic. Roach sees this fight as a chance to show he's on the highest level and to solidify his place among boxing's elite. Interview 6.
My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so if that happens in the midst of it, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for because I work my ass off. But yeah, if he on his way out,
Lamont Roach thrives on proving people wrong. Every time someone doubts him, it makes him more determined to work harder. Throughout his career, he's faced critics who questioned whether he deserved to be among boxing's best. After his first fight with Gervonta Davis, some people felt he didn't do enough to win clearly, even though he performed well. Now, as he prepares for the rematch, Roach sees this as his chance to shut down those doubters. He's determined to show that he's not just a good fighter, but a great one. He wants to prove that his skills, power, and heart can overcome any challenge. The criticism only pushes him to train harder, improve his technique, and step into the ring with full confidence. Roach believes this rematch will be his moment to make a statement and truly prove he belongs among the best.
it does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie. I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been here before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda.
Tank Davis has never looked as vulnerable in the ring, and much of that is because of Lamont Roach. Roach's skill, toughness, and smart approach made it a much more competitive fight than most expected. His ability to take Tank's punches and counter effectively brought the fight much closer. Roach's calmness and confidence shook Tank in a way no one else has before. This proves that Roach is an elite fighter who belongs at the top. His performance was incredible, and now, in the rematch, he's aiming to prove his dominance even more. Some critics argue that Roach can't be called a great fighter based on just one strong performance. They believe that while he did well, against Gervonta Davis, one impressive night isn't enough to show true greatness. They say Roach needs to keep proving himself by having similar performances in future fights. On the other hand, many still see Gervonta Davis as a proven star who just had an off night. His knockout power and past wins show he's an elite boxer. Davis supporters argue that he wasn't fully focused in the first fight with Roach, which made it closer than expected. They believe that a focused Tank will dominate in the rematch. For Roach, the rematch is a chance to prove that his first performance wasn't just a fluke. If he does well again, he'll solidify his place among boxing's elite.
I think Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma, Roach versus Shakur, Roach versus Keyshawn, Haney, Teo? No. No. I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go one day without drinking, and expect...
Rolly Romero has defended Tank Davis, saying that one bad night doesn't define his entire career. According to Romero, Tank is still the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. He believes that even the greatest fighters have off nights, and Tank's performance against Lamont Roach was just that, an off night, not a sign of decline. Romero points out that Davis's skill, power, and dominance over the years still put him among the best pound-for-pound fighters. One close fight shouldn't erase all that Tank has accomplished. Fans and analysts might criticize his performance, but Romero insists that every great fighter, from legends like Floyd Mayweather to current champions, has had tough nights in the ring. Now, Tank has the chance to prove his doubters wrong in the rematch. If he comes back stronger, he can remind everyone why he's still one of boxing's top stars. Interview.
I discredit Tank. He's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a off night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Not only has Floyd Mayweather distanced himself from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also not been in his corner recently. This absence may have contributed to Tank's performance being affected. Ford has always been a key figure in Davis's growth, pushing him to improve and refine his skills. However, Ford expressed that his role had naturally concluded, believing that Davis had learned everything he could from him. While he still supports Tank, he understands that every fighter must eventually move forward. Now Davis must prove he can succeed without the two biggest influences in his career.
Best for him. I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push Tank, so I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Going into the the training camp, how was it? Or you said yes, you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it? Splitting the time. How's it going to be splitting the time to
no,
come
this
Saturday
something
night?
That we do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. Been taking out history since I was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom." And I see the light in Tank. And I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't. Take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
And Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have always been by Gervonta Davis's side, offering mentorship, strategy, and confidence throughout his career. Every time Tank stepped into the ring, they were there, making sure he stayed disciplined and focused. Their support played a huge part in his success and rise to stardom. But things have changed now. Tank is navigating his career without both of them. Some people believe this absence has already affected his performance, like in his fight against Lamont Roach. Without their guidance and experience, Davis is facing new challenges. Many argue that without Mayweather and Ford, Tank might not have reached the top level he's at now. Their absence raises questions about whether he can keep performing at an elite level on his own. Now, Davis has to prove that he can continue to succeed and show the world that he's more than just a product of their mentorship.
I need this 10, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He said unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shot. You took that round off here.
That's my job.
Both Calvin Ford and Floyd Mayweather played key roles in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, helping him through challenges and important decisions. They offered mentorship, strategy, and experience, ensuring he stayed on the right path. Now, with both of them no longer in his corner, Davis must navigate the boxing world on his own. This change has raised questions about how he will adapt. Without their guidance, some people believe that Davis has outgrown their influence, while others think their absence could affect his future success. Only time will tell if leaving them behind was the right choice, or if it will impact his career moving forward.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next? Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank, Tank sit there and said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked us. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at. You know, we at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract to make them moves.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.